Oh, this is a video?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm George. I run track and I do cross country. And our biggest, like our ops are HSMSC and Bronx Science.
Um, I play baseball, and my biggest rival is Eastside.
I'm Arun, and I play tennis. And I would say our biggest rivals are Townsend and Beacon. Yeah.
Uh, I'm Abe. I play for Hunter Soccer, and our biggest rival is Stein. We play them today.
I play baseball, and the biggest rival is definitely Eastside.
Yeah. Uh, I'm Jake. I'm on the boys volleyball team, and I would say our biggest rival is Stuyvesant. Yeah.
I play bowling and volleyball, and our biggest rival for bowling is any team in Staten Island, and our rival for volleyball is Long Island City.
Okay, I play volleyball, and off the top of my head, LIC. I don't like LIC.
I play tennis, and our biggest rival is Bronx Side.
I play baseball, and the biggest rival is definitely Eastside.
So for volleyball, I think it's. Sorry, I have to look at the camera. My bad. Adam's accounts. Hi, Adam's accounts is Enzo. I'm on the volleyball team, and I think our biggest rival is definitely going to be B-Tech. They're the only other valid school this year.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adam's Accounts. I'm here with Abisayo Abe. He is a big star this week in Hunter Soccer. He is a big star. So we're going to interview him. So last year, you went through a little bit of an unfortunate injury, came to school in a scooter and all that. You want to talk a little bit about how that happened and what the recovery process was like?
So during a game for a club game, not a hunter game, in March, I broke my foot. I landed on it inverted, which means that like the outside of my foot hit the ground, and then someone's foot went down on it, and it broke doing that. So the specifics of the injury that I had is a base of the fifth metatarsal fracture, which is like the base of your pinky toe, but not the toe itself. And unfortunately, like the area where my bone broke doesn't have great blood flow, so it takes a while to heal, and I specifically needed surgery.
All right. All right. Well, now we'll get to a little bit more of the positives. Coming into the season before this week, right, didn't really know how the season was going to go. What were your hopes and aspirations for the team?
Yeah, we'd lost a lot of key players, many seniors who have been big contributors to the team for 4 or 3 years. And so coming into this year, I don't know, we also got a new coach, so expectations were different, and everyone knew it was going to be a completely different year than years past. But I think as a whole, we were pretty optimistic. Preseason went rather well, was trained well, and I think everyone was pretty hopeful coming into the year.
Can you talk a little bit about you played a team from England in the preseason? Can you talk a little bit about what that experience was like?
Yeah, in playing a team from England, the way they play is a little bit different. Tackles going harder because referees they're not the same as we have here, and everybody really plays. So like the level as a whole is significantly higher when you play against English teams. But I don't know, we kept the game pretty close. We lost only 1-0, and I thought for our first game of the year we played rather well.
Yeah. Well, now the exciting news out of this week. The surprise 2-0 coming out after what many would call shocking win over MLK. We'll start there. This guy right here scored a goal in that game. 2-0 win. Can you speak a little bit to what that game as a whole was like?
Yeah, after getting promoted to the highest division of the PSL last year, we knew we were going to have to play MLK last year. And so our tactics for the game were a little bit different. We decided to let them have the ball in their half and then really try and hit them on counterattacks. And last year, we were one of the few teams that took a lead on MLK. We scored to make the game 1-0, and then they scored 3 unopposed to beat us 3-1 and went on to win the city championship. So they were a strong team last year. As everyone knows, they've always been a very strong team. But luckily enough, this year we were able to end their winning streak and finally beat them.
Yeah, going into that, what was kind of, well, coming out of it, what was kind of the reaction that just you felt, the team felt, anything like that?
Well, going into it, we had known that they wouldn't be as strong as in previous years, but we knew we couldn't take advantage of it because, again, they're a great program, and this year especially, as in many other years, they're quite a good team. But going to the game, and I think one of the most important things for us this year has been the cohesiveness of the team. Like everybody putting in the shift, everybody doing what they have to do, working together, and really supporting each other in getting results. And I think that's been so key to our 2 wins this week.
Yeah, and going on to that second win against Stuyvesant, a little bit more about just what that win was like. How did that differ from the MLK win? Coming off of it, was there a little bit more of just energy and excitement, or what was going on with that?
Yeah, coming off almost the like euphoria of beating MLK. Spirits were really high in the team, but we knew we couldn't get complacent because one win is just one, and we need at least maybe 5 more to make playoffs, and if we want to really go far, many more than just that one win on Monday. And so, really being focused and moving on to the next step, but without forgetting what we had done and knowing the standard that we need to reach every game in this league is important.
Combining the 2 wins, what do those two against MLK, the top program in the city for soccer by pretty much all accounts, ranked number 10 nationally, and then Sty as well, who I'm sure is quite good, a lot bigger of a school, and obviously Hunter's biggest rival, and I'll just say it now. Every Sty student and every Hunter student, they all took the Hunter test. But other than that, um, so what are those wins, do you think? What do those mean for just the broader Hunter soccer landscape?
Yeah, it's very encouraging stuff because those are two of the teams you really singled out as we need to get results in our matches against these teams. The other teams as well are very good, but they're MLK. They're known for being one of the biggest soccer programs, really one of the most dominant soccer programs in the country. And Sty, our biggest rival, especially, and we lost to them last year in a very very competitive match. So we really singled out those games as games we need to take points in if we want to go far this year.
Coming out of those 2 wins, what do you look at those 2 wins as kind of changing the outlook? Because I'm sure nobody expected an MLK win outside of the team, but in the Sty win maybe a little bit more. But how does that change how good you think this team really is for Hunter soccer?
Yeah, frankly, these wins have been, either, though they've been difficult games, they've been rather convincing. We've scored 5 goals and conceded one over 180 minutes, and the standard of play has been relatively good in my opinion. And I think that's the consensus around the team that we really can do something this year if we keep our standard up. So we really just need to keep training, keep working, and build off these 2 wins.
So going back a little bit to talking about how the team gels and meshes together, what do you think, does that increase? Has that increased given the 2 wins or anything like that?
Yeah, I think from the beginning, from preseason, we've been a team that's rather connected. I think our captains, Brian, Hitaro, and Ian, have been doing a very good job about trying to keep the team culture about togetherness and really uplifting all of the players, whether you're on the field, whether it's on the bench, whether it's a JV game or a varsity game. Really trying to build this culture of the team that works for each other and works together. And I think you can see that in the games we've played. Like when people make tackles or when we score goals, everyone celebrates together, and there's really just great chemistry and a great bond within the team.
Thinking a little bit more, I guess, on a personal level, right? You scored a goal in MLK. I forget. Did you score one? You scored one against Sty as well, right? I think you're the leading goal scorer. That would make you at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's good for confidence. Boosting a goal in each game is great, and we just have to keep moving from there. But yeah, I think a lot of people have contributed in many ways. If it's not just scoring goals, or like I scored 2, Al scored 2, Julian has 1. So 3 different goal scorers in 2 games is still not bad. We've had multiple players come up with assists and really just great defensive work. Like Ian in our game against MLK with 11 saves, Dexter saving the ball off the line, Sega with tackles from left back. Really, everyone's putting in a shift, and I could name more players who have specific moments that have really helped the team get get the results that we currently have and keep working.
What would you say is your favorite moment in your 2+ years at this point for Hunter Soccer?
Yeah, winning against MLK is up there. But I think another one would be my freshman year. Our semifinal game against Middle College, the team that beat us in a previous final. I scored a goal and assisted one, and we won 2-0 to get to the AA final. And that was really one of my favorite, I guess, games. And scoring that goal was one of my favorite moments in my career at Hunter Soccer.
Moving on from Hunter a little bit, what's next for Abisayo Abe? Hopefully, in his soccer career, what do you want to do with that?
Hopefully, and God willing, just getting to play in college somewhere. But to get there, I'll have to really do well in this club season and go to as many ID camps as I can. And obviously, school comes first. But the end goal is playing in college, hopefully. And I'll see how far it takes me from there.
Do you think, as the lighting changed, I noticed, I don't know, something happened, but do you think that Hunter Soccer specifically has helped you a little bit in terms of getting into college and playing better?
Yeah, I think especially my freshman year, my sophomore year, and even this year, playing with people who are older than you, like as a freshman, being 14, 15, playing with guys who are 17 and 18, who are going on to play in college or play with collegeable players, really gets you acclimated to the level that you need to reach to play in college.
Was there something in terms of playing against MLK where that really got accentuated, especially with your success this year? Does that show you personally that you can do something and you can succeed against these better teams?
Yeah, I think last year's MLK had multiple players who had committed to college, and so playing against them, I guess the team may have been better, but the level there was very, very high, and so we had to raise our level to compete with them, and I think we did, but not sufficiently enough. But playing against them this year, I think it's a confidence boost for the team, and really like the buzz that it's created around school. It really goes to show how like this team, if we put our minds to it, we can really do something this year.
You're playing a second time against MLK and I think Sty as well. So these are teams that are going to come out with a little bit of a vengeance, I would say. So how are you thinking about that you might prepare for that kind of an atmosphere from the other team?
Yeah, we know especially MLK, they haven't lost in years until we played them. And after playing us, they beat a team 10-1. So they're coming back for a match. Sty as well are a very strong team, and they'll be difficult to beat again. But really, the way we played in these first two games and how cohesive our team has been and really just putting in work for 90 minutes, we have to match that level and exceed it. And especially if we want to go far this year and make playoffs or go however far we can, playing in these high-pressure sort of scenarios against the best of the best teams in the city, getting to do that, 4 times in our league play is going to be very important for getting us ready to play in those more difficult matches.
We are here with Abi. We're going to do a wheel. How much would you say you know about professional American football?
Yeah, a little about American football. I know a lot of people play fantasy, and I used to. Not really anymore. But my knowledge about American football is rather limited.
So guess what he's going to do? He's going to predict some games. I'm going to just spin the wheel. It'll land on a team, and you will tell me if that team is going to win or lose their week 3 matchup. Hopefully none of them have buys that I don't know about, because that would be a little weird. Yeah. So let's hope that doesn't happen as I spin the wheel. We are going to land on the New Orleans Saints.
Okay. Do we know who the Saints play next week or this week? All right. I actually don't know very many players on the Saints. So I'm going to say they'd likely lose. I don't know how good they are this year or really in years past, but I'll say they'll lose.
Who is the quarterback? I don't know. Fun fact about Saints quarterbacks: Drew Brees was drafted by the Chargers. So yeah, they kind of screwed up when they traded him. Our next team, we are spinning the wheel. Spin the wheel. Cincinnati Bengals.
I think the Bengals are gonna lose next week. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, they actually did defense week 1. Somehow they probably won't have a defense the rest of the season. But Tennessee Titans.
I think the Titans are gonna win in week 3.
He has faith in Cam Ward. Did you know that Derrick Henry doesn't play for them anymore?
I didn't know that actually. I didn't know who was traded. And Cam Ward, I think he just generally seems like a good guy and doesn't have too much. I mean, he has hype around him, but he seems humble. So I'm rooting for him in the NFL.
Yeah, Cam Ward landed on the Titans again the first time. And the second time, the New York Jets.
Jets are often not great, so I'm going to pick against them likely, even though we are in New York. But they generally haven't been very good, so I'm going to say they're going to lose next week.
I would say often is an understatement. So I'm Arizona Cardinals.
I think the Cardinals are going to win next week.
All right. Thank you for being on, Avi.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we only have one mic to work with, so it's not as much back and forth as I'd like, but yeah, we'll see you hopefully scoring more goals in soccer sometime soon and winning with the soccer team. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, hopefully the rest of the season goes well.
Broccoli Rob would like to say something to everyone. What is it? Oh, he wants you to like and subscribe.